Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon, and this is Behind the Enthusiast. Today, we're going to be talking about the hot new model from Harley-Davidson, which is their 2022 lowrider El Diablo. Yes, this is a spicy one, so let's get into it. So, to start things off, the El Diablo is the lowrider ST, which has been very meticulously, if you will, handcrafted in terms of paint anyway. Basically, you've taken the lowrider ST and done it up so nicely, and you know that West Coast inspiration. You know, it's definitely, as I said, spicy. It is quite the little devil. There's lots of references I can make to this bike, but basically, it is the modern expression of the iconic 1983 Harley-Davidson XRT. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm referring to, you'll have to Google it. Personally, I do know what it's referring to, but when I didn't know anything about Harleys, or I first started working at Harley-Davidson, obviously I didn't really know much about that sort of thing. So if you guys don't know anything about it, don't worry. I was just like you. Just do a quick Google search and you'll find out exactly what I mean. Now, in terms of the styling of it, you know, the paint on it, all these different elements, you know, you are getting the 117 motor. You know, everything is exactly the same, except that it is an icon, which they are only going to be making 1,500 of. So it's very, very rare. Very select few people, 1,500 only. And we actually got one at the dealership, so I did get to see this thing up close and personal. And I don't remember what number we had, but it wasn't anything really too special. However, imagine getting 666. Yeah. Model example number 1, I believe they'll probably put that in the museum. I think that's normally what they do with those types of things. However, whoever gets 666, that thing is going to be super, super rare, and whoever gets it, hold on to that thing. Don't get rid of it. Now, in terms of the pricing, obviously, you know, when you're comparing it to the ST starts at $26,799,000, and that is in vivid black. So obviously, we're not talking about getting Gunship Gray or anything, but the price difference, obviously, for Gunship Gray is an additional $500. So how much is the El Diablo paint? Well, the bike is now a whopping $34,499. Of course, you still have the surcharge, which is $1,000, but that's going to go on both of them anyway. So when you compare the lowrider ST base model price of Vivid Black, it is a difference of $7,700. Now, that's quite a bit of money. However, you have to keep in mind of two things. So we have the special paint, which is the El Diablo Bright Red and El Diablo Dark Red Metallic Fade with a bit of Sunglow Red, apparently, according to the website. Now, that is the big one, obviously, is the most noticeable thing on the bike to spruce it up. However, many people, if you would just look at the bike from a particular angle, may not catch that it actually has the audio system from Rockford Fosgate, which is only an option on the lowrider ST. You actually have to order it, and they've actually been on back order for quite some time. So for anyone who bought an El Diablo, you actually just jumped the queue line to getting audio in your bike. So, is it worth an additional $7,700? Well, let's put it this way. The audio system is just shy of $1,400. Now, take that off of the $7,700, and you're still looking at about, say, let's be generous and say $6,000 for the paint job. That is actually not too bad, especially when you consider how much detail has gone into this with the two El Diablo colors and the Sunglow, the pinstriping on it, everything. Even on the tank. The tank is so awesome. You have these little devil horns on the bike with the tail. It looks super, super slick. These are numbered bikes. This is part of the Icon collection. Super rare. I mean, you still have your ABS, you still have your security, you still have cruise control, all of these standard options on the bike, except you get this absolutely done to the nines bike for paint, which, let's be honest, it'll probably cost you at least $6,000 or more to actually get the bike painted to something of that caliber anyway. Plus you get the audio in it, and you don't even have to pay labor for them to put it in. So $1,400 plus tax plus labor, you know, it's definitely worth it. Obviously, if you don't break it down like that, people will think, oh, that's really expensive, but it's really not when you break it down. So overall, I was super impressed with the paint, the tank graphic, again, with the horns and the tail. It's super, super awesome. It's actually kind of funny, but still really cool. And so, at the end of the day, I think this is a fantastic bike if you can get your hands on one of those 1,500 that are going to be available. Keep in mind, number one is probably going to go in the museum, so technically 1,499 are available. And depending on where you live, you might not even get to see one, but that's just the luck of the draw. So that's basically just a review, my thoughts on the bike, you know, the pricing and everything. And I'm going to pass the question on to you guys. Have you seen one? Do you want one? What are your thoughts on this bike? Leave some comments down below for me. If you guys have any comments or questions at all about Harleys or any other bike for that matter, even upcoming content, you know, new releases from Harley-Davidson this winter is going to be super, super jam-packed with the new models coming out for 2023. So keep your eyes out for some of those videos coming up on the channel. And as usual, smash that like button so I know that it's working. And I think you should probably hit that subscribe button too so you don't miss out on future content on the channel. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will catch you in the next one.